Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Vigo's Court. I'm your judge, Judge Vader, and I'm joined by the lovely Counselor Shep.
Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? Tonight?
Tonight,
Tonight,
today,
okay.
this year, last year, time,
Oof.
it's all a construct. I mean, right?
Time is a human construct,
It
yeah.
is a human construct, so it's whatever you want it to be. On this fine time, we do have a match today between Six and Wrecking Crew. I think that should be
Absolutely.
exciting.
I am very excited to see this game. Of course, Six is one of our top contenders. Even though they had their first loss recently, I believe in week 6, they recovered very nicely in week 7. So really excited to see what they do today. However, on the other side, we have Wrecking Crew, who has also been doing really well, especially as the season progresses. So, two real good teams. I think we are set for an exciting match no matter what happens.
Yeah, I would say both these teams like seem to be in any of the games. Of course, like Six, we're used to them leading and winning, right? But on Wrecking Crew as well, it's kind of interesting. I mean, like this is the same team that almost beat Arctic Wolves, the same team that like has. I mean, they've got a lot of wins. They're definitely in it for the race to the final verdict. So this is definitely a major milestone for them, trying to get to the playoffs and trying to get to the final verdict. So I'm really excited to see how they decide to play it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I don't even know who do you think we're gonna see play today, knowing the position that these two teams are in. And knowing that Wrecking Crew is gonna be starting out killing against a pretty tough Survivor squad.
Yeah, before I get into that real quick, let's go ahead and review the map we're going to, because I think that has a
Important.
big play on here.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
So of course, going to Torment Creek, who you bring here? I mean, we've seen some people want to bring Blight here. I personally think with the collision issues that we've been seeing happen, I don't like it. But I mean, if you're gonna bring an S tier, that's of course been a common one. Spirit is another common pick here. I don't know that we'll see either of them though, if that makes sense. Wait a minute, I invited the wrong person. Oh no.
Should be looking for an invite from Spawn.
Yeah, and I'm in Spawn's lobby, and somehow I was in the lobby that Spawn invited me to, and then I re-invited Spawn back to the lobby. That was my bad. We're not going to talk about it, okay?
Okay. You know what? Fair.
So, you know.
I definitely think, yeah, Blight wouldn't be the move on this map, but it is a fairly large map. So, well, larger map. So I do think Spirit is a good guess.
With the Spirit, like, kind of nerf, it would be kind of interesting to see Spirit played, but at the same time, we've seen Spirit come out and do okay. Definitely the trick being you moonwalk your phase instead, and you can trick some survivors pretty well because they can't actually tell the direction you're coming from, right? So based upon that, we could see a Spirit come out and do well. I personally, I don't know. I mean, you could see a Nemesis come out here as well. Try to pressure different sides of the map. I don't think there are that many pallets really that I'm afraid of here, but Torment Creek definitely is not very advantageous for the killers, if that makes sense. Definitely helps Six quite a bit here on the survivor side.
Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a really difficult map to pick killers for. Nemesis is probably a really good bet. Let me see if I can see who's got what available as far as killer usages go. We have a lot of really interesting stuff still on the board. Of course, we have seen some killers burned. However, for 6, it's the killers they don't have any more uses of are completely burned killers, I believe. As far as Wrecking Crew goes, they do not have Nurse or Twins available to them, so it's going to be really interesting to see what they pull out.
If they don't have Nurse or Twins, which, I mean, honestly, I think we've maybe seen our Twins on Torment Creek, but honestly, on Torment Creek, we haven't seen a whole lot of S tiers either. So I don't expect that they were planning on bringing either of those this week anyway. I don't know. I don't have a lot of really good guesses for this map. It's more of a map where you just bring what you're good at running, right? Like whoever your killer's comfort killer is, you're kind of looking to bring that person and hopefully do well enough to not put yourself in a bad position.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a map that maybe everyone struggles with. I mean, 6 does have the home field advantage here. This is their home map, so they're probably going to be a little more comfortable on it. But, like, it's just a weird map. I feel like all the like, Cold Wind maps are just kind of strange.
I would say Torment's the worst of them, though, in my opinion, because I feel like that main building ends up being kind of an issue for some killers just because a survivor can make good use of it. Maybe the that like section above that part, counting like shack as bottom, can be a little bit better for the killer as long as those pallets get consumed early. But it's interesting. I see the call for Pyramid Head, and I actually think that's a really good pick. We could see a Pyramid Head there for sure, and that's a invalid user calling that. I think that's definitely a pretty good choice there. As well as I see other people calling for Cenobite. Cenobite wouldn't be a bad pick here either.
Yeah, I think Cenobite has made a surprising showing. I don't think the strongest pick by any means, just like in general, but Cenobite has done pretty well whenever we have seen him come out in comp. So would be interesting.
For sure, and it does look like the survivors are trying to all ready up. Killer's ready as well.
Yep, looks like everyone's ready to go. I just want to tell you.
I was waiting. I was like, do we have confirmation? Are we ready to go? All right. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Readying. Ugh, I'm not killing them. I don't want that job. I'll go ahead and leave it.
I know you want to play. I know you want to play, but
not right now. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Not Torment Creek. Not the.
Not on Torment Creek. Nah. Yeah, I'm not. I don't envy anyone. This is going to be an interesting map to see.
Versus this team.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game no matter what. I think we've seen Spawn come out pretty strongly in this season, so we'll just have to see what happens. We do see all of our offerings are set though, so good job, guys. Good job. Starting off strong.
Indeed, and so we will go ahead and review these killer rules. So of course, we are looking at those hooks being how you score points on the killer side of things. Definitely seeing what those points come in at. Progressions, of course, being worth 1 less point. If you do get a 7th and 8th progression, they would be worth 1 point each. That is to prevent point starving. And then if you do get the 4K, you do get awarded 2 additional points. Any entity kills such as the endgame collapse would result in the corresponding hook plus progressions worth of points being awarded, but a bleed out would equal 0 points instead of getting any points. If there is a Mori or a pig head pop, that would just be the corresponding hook without progressions.
A little bit of a loading screen. We gotta love the suspense. Thank you for keeping us on our toes there. Dead by Daylight. Gotta love it. Last calls, I guess, for who we think we're gonna see. I kind of actually want to see Pyramid Head now that somebody brought it up. But also Nightlight brought up that Vami Mommy is going to be a great pick for this map too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think Honestly, yeah. Especially with depending on where the corrupt pool first spawns, definitely could be. But we are ready to get into the first match, so that is definitely very good. Let's go ahead and get right to it. I hear a chainsaw immediately. This is a Billy.
Oh, and Billy is coming out to play. You love to see it.
Yeah, I definitely, this was not who I was calling, but not a bad pick. I mean, definitely you can get around the map pretty easily with Billy. I don't think we're going to see those cross-map snipes that you kind of hope for with Billy, but you know what? We got close to a survivor there.
You know what? Close is close enough.
Ooh.
And we're gonna rev that chainsaw up, trying to kind of work around this really weird pallet spawn that you get over by the main building, but not really having any luck.
Yeah.
Getting a survivor down here, it looks like.
Ooh.
Oof.
I thought we were
+5
actually
wood
far
to the
enough where that
face.
wasn't gonna stun.
Yeah,
That was
you know,
interesting.
those pallets got some juicy hitboxes, so it looks like Bicken will eat that pallet to the face and decide to transfer onto our survivor who was on the main building. I don't believe we saw any ruin going, so we won't have any regression there from pushing our Jake off of the generator.
No, yeah, we definitely are seeing that gen is staying the same. So corrupt running out. Was that bamboozle I just heard? I
No,
think it
it
was.
might have just been a bamboozle that we heard. Revving up that chainsaw might be forcing. Ooh, I was gonna say might be forcing our survivor to use that pallet, but instead we will get our first down on Coolio there as our first generator pops off in the distance.
Yeah, and I can confirm at this point we do have deadlock, and if you look, it's that gen right by main building, but it wasn't the main building gen that we had progression on there. So definitely I see our Billy kind of staying in this area, but may want to try to check on those other gens. You don't know how progressed that was, but I mean the gen that was right near us was at least 25%, so it's got to be further than that.
Yeah, an interesting choice to kind of stick around in this area, especially with this being your first hook and you already have your first generator down, as well as your corrupt intervention going down. Not really sure this is the choice I would make, but, you know, confirming that second stage couldn't hurt, especially since we're already kind of pretty close at this point. But you have to imagine that 6 is probably putting down a lot of work on those further generators. Not too bad of a gen spread here. If he's trying to hold a set up a 3-gen in the back, it wouldn't be the worst one I've ever seen, especially with Hillbilly's mobility.
Yeah, and I mean, interestingly enough, we see the progression, and even that gen that was right there didn't pop. There it is right now, but that actually took, I think, a little bit too long, honestly. Yeah, because now the deadlock gen is, oh my. Wait, how did that happen? How did that gen not get blocked by deadlock?
You know, it might just, I don't even know. It could be that they came in and maybe were working on this main generator underneath our Hillbilly's nose. Yep, I think that is what was happening. They were working on that under his nose. 6 going ahead and making those gens fly off the fucking table. Even with deadlock still active, they're kind of being really smart. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that first deadlock gen go right about now. Bicken, of course, confirming this all the way to death. However, they did let all 5 generators go without much incidents. So now we kind of have to rely on maybe using that chainsaw to get some really quick downs at doors. We do not have any no-ed value as of this moment.
Yeah.
As we do not see. Uh-oh.
I'll also note that we actually had no way out. We saw that get procced, but it only had 1 charge since we decided to camp that person all the way to death. But man, did those gens fly. Like, 6 had to have had 4, like, just all the way, like 99 gens to just pop. That is insane and such good gameplay.
Absolutely. Definitely showing really good coordination on their part. I think everyone's kind of used to seeing Deadlock in comp at this point. That's a very popular perk, at least on the Vigo side. So they were probably expecting it and had that main building. They kind of knew what its progress was, so that they could plan around having that available for their last generator to go. And we will see a down here on Rizu.
Yeah, we will. And honestly, I think this, because there were no unhooks or anything, this makes it a 2 out.
I think so, yeah. We will see our survivors go on and take the 2 out, which means we will see Rizu go all the way to Death Hook, but it will be all progressions to Death Hook, so not as many points as you would expect from, you know, like a 2K.
Yeah, for sure. That's a 2-hook 2K. I don't think we see that very often.
Yeah, very interesting. 6 stages, but only 2 hooks. We do have Clay and Lincoln getting out with no hook states whatsoever, so they will get bonus points for those escapes, which brings our total to 6 at 14 and Wrecking Crew at 10. Not a bad start to their day, but definitely an interesting one. I think they could have garnered a little more points there, but at least confirming 2 deaths, you know, not too bad to start with.
Oh, for sure.
Pretty safe. Pretty safe.
Yeah, I think it was a good Billy performance. I was gonna say, where's Q? I hope Q's in the chat. I know anytime Deadlock does work, he's like, hey, Vader, isn't it that perk that you don't like?
That
well,
was
wait
all
a minute.
last game.
I'm sure. I was like, wait a minute, though. 6 coming out and showing exactly why Deadlock is not necessarily the best perk unless you have map pressure. I say Deadlock is the same as, like, it's very similar to a Ruin. Without map pressure, you just pressure out the gens and you don't care that Ruin's there. It's the same thing with Deadlock. I mean, if you're utilizing it to camp at a hook, I mean, it's not as effective versus good teams, and that's what 6 is proving right there. But unluckily, still getting down there and getting a 2K out of it. Very good performance for the Billy, and kind of unfortunate for 6, because if you're 6, you probably feel like we performed well enough that shouldn't have been a 2K, but it was a 2K anyway.
Yeah, for only getting 2 hooks total, you probably feel like you could have gotten more points there, but with, you know, a camping Billy, I don't think really unhooking in front of a chainsaw killer in general is a very smart idea. So it's kind of like a what can you do in that situation? Maybe try to pull them away, but then, you know, it's really risky. So I don't know. If I'm 6, I'd be feeling some sort of way, but I don't know what kind of way I'd be feeling about it. That's an interesting situation to be in.
Yeah, for sure. I am waiting for the invite from our killer for this next round, but who do you think that we'll see? Definitely, I see the calls for whoever is playing for 6 to bring a Plague. What do you think?
Yeah.
Think we see Plague?
I think Plague would be a good pick. Plague has been really strong coming out. I'm trying to think. I really like the Plague pick, actually. That's a lot of pressure. On a bigger map, you kind of want a lot of pressure. It's a lot of information as well, which is really important to the killer side. Information is always good. I'm trying to think who else I would want to see. I don't know. Pyramid Head, but I'm a Pyramid Head stan, so.
I mean, Pyramid Head do be pretty good. I'm just saying.
Pretty good. He do be pretty good. Who do you want to see?
Honestly, like, as soon as I saw Pyramid Head, I was like, how did I forget about him? This would be a really good map to have a Pyramid Head on. Yeah, because then you're not afraid of any of the vaults, even main building. You're just gonna punish through it. Yeah. I like it because you can also counter, of course, borrowed time and decisive, and Deli really. So I 100%. I want to see an executioner here. Definitely a Billy for Billy, I think, could be interesting too, as long as the play style, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to see another camping Billy. Nothing against camping Billies. I want to see more chase.
Yeah. I mean, of course, camping is a viable strategy in comp, and it didn't do too poorly for our killer last match. It definitely gave them a pretty decent, like, they're behind, but only by a little bit, but definitely not the most exciting gameplay style. So if we are going to see another Billy, I would like to see it changed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's see. Looking at the survivors we got out here, we got Vaycat, we got Plitzy, we got Prince Louis, and then I Am Spawn. So for sure, this is a similar group to what we normally see them bring out, right? This may be the same 4 survivors they normally bring out. I feel like sometimes I see Yo Humble Yourself though.
Yeah, sometimes we'll see Humble in there playing Survivor with them, but this is pretty standard lineup for Wrecking Crew. Vaycat is a name I recognize as someone who's pretty consistently in the games for them, as well as Louis and Plitzy. Spawn is kind of the... I think him and Humble switch around sometimes.
I'm used to seeing Spawn in the killer spot, but I'm used to seeing Humble play more Survivor there. But yeah, definitely. I mean, they've shown that they're pretty strong as well, and with Torment Creek being able to be a good advantage for them, it'll be interesting to see if our killer on 6, because this is their home map, is more well versed with Torment Creek and more adventurous to try to get more downs. Just because they've been on this map more often than Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to be a little more comfortable here. They're going to know the ins and outs of the map maybe a little bit better, but I don't know. I'm thinking, I kind of want to see a Huntress here, but I know like corn maps are not usually good for a Huntress. I think I just want to see a Huntress.
I don't want to see a Huntress here because there aren't enough short tiles. Those hay bales are too tall, and she's too tall to where you can actually still see over. So,
I forget about the hay bales.
Unfortunately, as Huntress, like, you end up having to W game those and just bloodlust them because the survivor can see you over the tile, but you can't throw over the tile. So you can't mind game it, and you can't throw over it. So it's like, it's lose-lose for Huntress.
And then, like, everyone is ready, by the way, if in user ready. But yeah, not a great map for ranged killers in general because of that, and also because of Coin in general. Like, some people have really good tracking through the corn, but I feel like more often than not, people kind of struggle with that. So,
man, I love to see a Huntress on Thompson House though, especially like a Huntress who knows like not to get in the corn and get corn blind necessarily, but throw from outside the corn and watch the tops of the ears of the corn.
Yeah, kind of like track that way. Very satisfying, very satisfying. I've seen I know we haven't seen him in comp a lot recently, especially because of the nerf, people kind of readjusting, but I've seen some really good Deathslinger plays on corn maps. Some of y'all too cracked.
100%.
I don't think we see a Deathslinger here, though. This is too big a map. He's a 110 killer. He's not gonna have the pressure that he needs.
Yep.
So
I kind of say the same thing about Huntress, honestly, right now.
Yeah, I mean, she's got like, she doesn't have the range limitations as strictly as Slinger does, but definitely not like the greatest map for her. Because
is Eerie Head allowed on Huntress?
No, I don't believe so.
I didn't know if it was or wasn't, because I mean, if you could bring that and make yourself 115, I mean, it would kind of be more of a meme, I feel like. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
You could do it, and then you're 115, and you'd go try to W game somebody, maybe. Let's review some Survivor rules though,
yeah.
while I
hate
stop being silly. Yeah, definitely, we're trying to finish those gens if you're a survivor. That way you can get the juicy escape points, because as you can see, those gen points are kind of valuable, but these escape points, when you get to that third and fourth escape, whew, that like makes almost half of the available points. Of course, 26 points being available. Those last two escapes equate to 10 of those 26 points. So for sure, you are wanting to get those and share hook states, because if you have taken one hook state and have 2 or more available hook states, you do get that bonus point. For more on the rules, use !rules in the chat.
Once again, DBD coming in clutch, letting us wait it out just a little bit, building up that suspense. Who do you think we see here? Last calls.
I'm gonna say Plague, because
yeah, I think Plague is would be my top pick here too.
I'm gonna say
good old
Plague.
Plagas.
Plaga. And I was wrong.
No, wow.
It is a Billy for
We did kind of call
Billy.
this though. We did kind of call this. We will see Billy for Billy. So this is going to be really interesting to see how our survivors respond to that. I assume they would probably have been practicing against a Billy all week. So hopefully this will be a comfortable place for them to be. We will see that pallet drop there, our survivor taking the time to get the hell out of the area, as we see at least one other person nearby.
Yeah, and of course our Billy is going and chasing here, but Ace doing a really good job of utilizing this area around the main building, and really that is the survivor sided portion of the map right there. Wow, we interrupt 2 survivors on this gen. That's gonna be interesting for our Billy. I think you have to break that door, or not. No, we have Bamboozle.
Yeah, Bamboozle. Oof. Get stunned, stupid, as Q would say. I don't have the energy for it. Sorry.
No, you're good.
But yeah, he will eat that pallet. Ooh, low pro chains coming in to help break through that pallet as we continue chase with our survivor around this kind of weird dead zone. Interesting to try to use the chainsaw here, but they will get the down on Prince Louis as our first gen pops off in the distance.
Definitely, I was gonna say, I actually thought using the chainsaw there was perfect, because we already saw Phil try to drift earlier and actually do quite well. Wow, I think if we actually went all the way through that instead of stopping it, you would have hit with low pro chains there.
I think so too, yeah. If Phil had continued on through that and gone straight to the window after, they probably would have been able to get our survivor there. I believe this is Spawn we are picking up chase with, but that gave Spawn the opportunity to get to Cowtree and get a nice blind with our firecrackers. Phil deciding he's just going to go back to the hook and check out what's going on over there instead of continuing the chase at Cowtree.
Yeah, it looks like we do see the survivor, and of course they're gonna run and jump right there. We have the door broken, so you should be fine there. Nope, we're gonna go ahead and vault with our Bamboozle, of course.
You got the boozle, you're gonna use it.
I mean, yeah, gotta get use out of it. Faster vault speed and you block a window? Why not? Oh, is this a snipe? Oh.
Really nice try too. Get the snipe, but we do find our injured survivor here on this generator, so good kind of like game sense from Phil to know to come check out what's going on over here. Unfortunately, that will not stop another generator from popping in the distance, and I still think, again, we don't see any ruin value.
No, there is no ruin. No ruin, and this survivor is running very well. We still have a pallet there as well, so I expect we're going to see the pallet vaulted here. There it was. Oh, but low pro!
Oh, low pro chains coming in clutch. Phil chewing through that pallet and still going through to get the down on Louis. Once again, we're going to put him back on this hook over by main, which kind of puts you in the middle of a nice 3-gen with plenty of hooks to spare. You pretty much have a a hook next to each generator over here. So if Phil wanted to, he could kind of just sit pretty back here and do some stuff very comfortably if he can control the 3-gen back here.
Yeah, for sure. If you can control the 3-gen, then I mean, honestly, do you think that we see more than a 2K here? Right now, I think the survivors actually have the advantage, having only 2 hook states there. Oh man, this if only that could have counted.
Very close. Yeah, that is very unfortunate. I was gonna say, oh no, Louis, if he just waits that out, but Louis able to get the body block with BT. However, that just means he will draw Phil's attention back into this loop that we were kind of at earlier, but we know that there's no pallet here anymore, so it might be a little hard for Louis to stay on his feet. We will see life value helping Louis get to this pallet here, but you know he's got the low pros, a very unsafe decision to go ahead and try to get any value out of that pallet.
I think
it does look like
I think the attempt was the stun, actually. They just mistimed it. They ran back to it when they thought the chainsaw was going to go off. I think they were trying to get the stun.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Louis there. That will be his death hook. I was going to say, if we see, unless we see DS here, that'll be his death hook. No DS. So that is still live on the map somewhere. And we will see our 4th-gen pop, but we will also see our dear friend No One Escapes Death, as well as No Way Out proccing.
Oh yeah, and definitely No Way Out, unfortunately, only had 1 stack. We saw it happen in a little bit different manner, of course. Definitely for Wrecking Crew, they went ahead and had gotten only 1 hook and camped to death. But here, we're still seeing kind of a similar result. If this ends up being a 3 or a 2K, then that is at the result of, oh man, they were on this totem, no way. That's as a result of just getting all the hooks. This was a hook, unhook, hook, no progressions yet. So honestly, this would be a better performance from Billy in the Billy for Billy match.
Yeah, you will see a couple more hook states instead of progressions coming through. I think at this point we actually do have more hook states, like genuine hook states. Yeah, because we have 3. No, I mean, sorry, we have 5 total hooks.
Yeah.
With no progressions. So a slightly better game for Phil here.
I think you also can camp this out, and you actually, at this point, you actually end with killer advantage.
Yeah, our last 2 survivors making the smart decision with Noah still on the table, especially because it is right next to our hook, which they might not know. They will just go ahead and take the 2 out, allowing Spawn to progress to death hook.
Yeah, and I think they do know that that's where Noed was, because Vacant was actually on the totem when our Billy started going over there. So Vacant probably went ahead, called it out, like, hey, I'm right next to the Noed. You guys don't get this, just get out.
Yeah, so smart call for Wrecking Crew to just kind of leave. And also, that was I believe, a tight game, point-wise.
Yeah, it does appear that was a tie match. That's crazy.
Yep, so not bad for Wrecking Crew to go ahead and tie that out. Kind of close the gap a little bit. Now there's only a 4-point lead over them. I think it was like 6 points before, or has it always been? No, it's always been 4 points.
It's been 4.
I can't math.
Yeah,
I can't math.
This is 100%, like, it is a straight tie for that match. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was really good gameplay on both sides. 6 able to maintain their lead, but Wrecking Crew definitely fighting to catch up with them.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I mean, this has been neck and neck, just like we're used to seeing from Wrecking Crew here, where it is going to be close and go down probably to the final trial. So I definitely do expect to see that. We'll find out who our killer is here soon, because we will need an invite to the new lobby. But this is halftime right here, and right now 6 has an advantage, but it is so slight that can you really call it that much of an advantage?
That is a very narrow margin. And for those of you who voted in our prediction, actually, that was a tie match. So points will just go back to those who put in a prediction. So if y'all wondering what happens there, you will get your points back because that match was a 14 to 14 point game.
That's just crazy. And then we're gonna see Washed playing killer here. All right. Definitely like that. We'll go ahead and send invite to our survivors here, and we'll wait for them to go ahead and join right in. But seeing Billy for Billy, who do we bring now? Because we're not going to see another mirror match unless Wrecking Crew matches whatever's shown here. That would be crazy. Honestly, if we see a double mirror match, I'm happy.
Yeah, just, you know, I'll show you mine if you show me yours a little bit between our two teams here today. Again, I think Plague is a really strong choice, especially if 6 wants to take a stronger lead here. That is a lot of pressure. You can put down a lot of information, a lot of really good stuff for our killer to kind of navigate and deal with this kind of map. Otherwise, I mean... Yeah, I'm still holding out hope for Vommy Mommy, so I think I'm gonna stop there. Maybe if I just say that as my only guess, that's what we're gonna get. I'll get lucky.
Vommy Mommy. Yes.
Vommy Mommy.
I think I would take a Vommy Mommy. I'm not upset. I'm not upset by Vommy Mommy coming. Does look like our survivors are all in here, probably getting those loadouts set one last time. Definitely, guys, let's go ahead and review the map that we're going to once again. Of course, it is Torment Creek, and that is in the Coldwind Farm area. It does have about almost 11,000 square meters, and it does have a 7-hook minimum, 12-hook maximum. And honestly, Coldwind Farm kind of looks hot and dry. I kind of wish I was there right now, Shep. It's kind of cold here. Like, it's like
cold.
It's like less than 10 degrees, and there's ice and snow on the ground, and it's just kind of grody. And
imagine. I couldn't do that. I couldn't live like that. I'm from a warm, dry place, and I currently live on a tropical island, so like I'm cold at like 65 degrees.
See,
I do not envy you.
Okay. I go outside and immediately get frostbite, I feel like.
If
obviously,
you get you some
like,
hand warmers.
Man, my gloves weren't cutting it. I still have them here at the desk. Like, these were not cutting it. Like, I need heavier gloves.
Get you some real nice gloves.
Yeah. So for sure, it looks like it would be better at Torment Creek for me. I would enjoy. But definitely, I think
dusty.
our killers so far may not have enjoyed Torment. Although, both of them performed pretty well. Our matches have been very, very close.
We have had some intense matches this entire time. I mean, again, going from a game where you only have a 4-point lead into another tied match. I'm sure Wrecking Crew is here looking to catch up in this next game. Hopefully they can come out with another strong survivor performance, maybe cut down on their losses a bit. I'm sure 6, however, is going to pull out a tough game for our killer, or our survivors here. Wow. And it does look like everyone is ready when you are.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and hop out of this spot. Honestly, I think that 6 is probably going to bring a heavier killer here, just because in that first half there, unfortunately, the survivors really had more pressure than the Billy. It just happened to be that Billy was able to get that kill and then have time still to get Noed taken care of, or get Noed and get a couple more downs there. But honestly, it wasn't looking super good for Billy initially. It took a while to get hooks, and knowing that you had no way out later in the game, you actually only had 1 charge. Yeah, sure, you had Noed, but kind of got to worry a little bit, right?
Yeah, that is going to be a little rough.
But
And I think if they hadn't gotten caught trying to cleanse Noah, that would have been a much different game.
I think so too. If they got that cleanse off, that would have been crazy. But guys, as we talk about cleansing and things, we do have bans and builds here. You can have yellow items and add-ons, only one of each perk and item, and except for BT, you can have 2 of those. And as I was talking about totems that you can cleanse, hey, guess what? You don't have to worry about Haunted, cause it's banned. Also, built to last, prove thyself. Starstruck, Haunted Ground, Lethal Pursuer, any of the boons, Clairvoyance, all of them banned. Definitely our killer uses are limited to twice a season, and that's why we were talking about who's consumed, who's not consumed. Survivor uses are limited to 1 character per team. No 4 Dwights in 1 locker, no 2 Fangs, no 2 Cheryls. I know people like Cheryl, but definitely any breaking of the rules would result in penalties. For more on these rules, !rules in the chat.
Once again, we get to play the waiting game as we wait to load into our game. So, last chance for those predictions from you and from chat, Vader. Who do you guys think we see here? I'm up in Plague. Putting it out there.
I'm sticking with you on Plague there, honestly. Like I don't think I could pick against, because I think Plague's a good play. So let's see who we got. And we got a Twins.
Oh, interesting. We will see Washed pull out the Twins, which I don't know if they've used that this season yet, so this will be interesting to see.
Yeah, they definitely did use Twins in the qualifier tournament we had, and Washed was a very good Twins. So I think this for sure is kind of showing that they are going, okay, we brought Billy and you guys had too much pressure, we're gonna bring Twins and see if we can go ahead and lengthen our lead here, ease the burden on our survivors. And we do see the early attach.
Yeah, and we will, with the early attach on Victor, we will see that we have 2 survivors right on this gen here next to our main building. And this is kind of the pick for killer that you expect to see at this point, with Six wanting to maybe secure a higher point lead. This is the kind of killer they can do that with a lot of pressure if they can play Charlotte and Victor right.
Yeah, and we of course do see I think if you had taken Chase the other way, forced them near where the other pallet was, or the other gen was, I think you actually end up helping yourself a little bit more. But we do see our Yui instead come in for a body block. Of course, getting the attach with Victor is the smart play there.
Absolutely, and that is going to give us information, again, which I said earlier is really, really important to the killer's gameplay. We will know that there are actually 2 other survivors in that back area, kind of. Probably working on that gen that we saw them on earlier.
Oh, we just found one of them right here. Ooh, getting the stun. Wait, that's forced penance value. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Forced penance has been a pretty common perk for Twins. Not surprised to see it here once again. A lot of people will try to body block for each other. So Charlotte looking to punish that protection. However, we will see Wrecking Crew finish our first gen before we see our first hook come through. So they're doing a pretty good job of holding their own here.
Yeah, definitely are.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, yeah, unfortunate there. You know, kind of an interesting play I've seen to counter Twins and forced penance though is I see more survivor crews actually bringing Vigil, because the 30% comes off broken status too.
Yeah, Vigil, the update to Vigil has definitely made it invaluable when you might have a feeling that you're going to be going up against a Twins or anyone else who wants to punish with a broken status there. Don't know if we're going to see that here. Time will certainly be the indicator of that, but we will see our first hook on Vacant here as our second generator pops.
Yeah, this is definitely better for Wrecking Crew, not so good for Six here. Six needs to get more downs here and more hooks, otherwise could be a little bit of a, oh no, oh unfortunate.
Oh, that is tragic. That is so tragic. Plizzy making a play to try and get the locker juke. Unfortunately, they're going to miss it, so that will be a down. And we will also see Prince Louis locked in a locker by Victor. forcing either our injured survivor or Spawn to try to get this pickup.
Yeah, and looks like they're going back after the survivor that has already been downed before, and that's Vaycat. Oh, that's super unfortunate. I saw in the chat earlier somebody said if Vaycat dies again, he owes him 50 push-ups. I hope he doesn't owe 50 push-ups here.
Gonna get buff. Interesting choice to go after the survivor you know is just unhooked, especially not knowing where DS was, because you will get slapped with that. Vaycat able to stay on their feet just a little bit longer as we see another generator pop. Gonna punish the locker hop by using Victor to shut them in there. Interesting to see that Wash did not go for the fresh hook and pickup once again. Like, not even just because of DS, but because points, you know?
Yeah, definitely the hooks are backloaded, not front-loaded. So as you talked about points and stuff, this death hook is actually worth more points than a first hook.
Yeah, definitely. I think just getting the pressure down on our survivors, you also want to try to get those hook states out to deny them the points as well.
Yeah, did you see? Oh, I think he was trying to switch back to Victor right there. Unfortunately, though, it's when you switch like that, I don't think you can switch back to Victor that close to him. You would have had to scoot right back.
Yeah, definitely would have had to scoot back a little bit. Going ahead and ditching that chase of Vaycat to go ahead and switch onto whoever was by this deadlock generator and finding Plizzy over here.
For sure, and we do get the attach, which is good for Charlotte. But look at that, we still have only one hook state and one gen left. That's just really good play by Wrecking Crew. Honestly, they look to have the advantage over 6 right now.
Yeah, Wrecking Crew doing a really good job of giving Charlotte and Victor a run for their money. However, yeah, we're currently at a tied game overall. So it's going to be interesting to see. 6 is going to have to rely on a really strong survivor game if they can't keep their lead here.
And with all survivors being up, I'm not sure they'll be able to keep their lead unless we see a major snowball happen.
I do believe we've only called 2 of our perks, so it could be possible that we see something happen here. We will not see NOED happening, but we will hear the trigger of No Way Out. So, but with only 1 hook, it's not going to be a lot of time. I don't think Charlotte's going to be able to do anything with that.
Actually, I don't know what that proc was, but I can confirm it wasn't No Way Out. Our survivors actually know all 4 perks that are out there. They've seen Force Penance, they've seen Corrupt Intervention, they've seen Deadlock, and they also know that Thana was in play.
Ah, Thana. Okay, so gonna be interesting. We are gonna see Wrecking Crew just go ahead and take the 3 out, leaving Plizzy to progress all the way to death.
Which still makes it only a 4 hook state game. It's a 2 hook 1K.
Our survivors on both sides are definitely giving the killers a run for their money, and that's kind of a trend we've seen throughout the entirety of our season. Is sometimes teams will favor one side or the other a little more, and it definitely seems like both of our teams here today kind of maybe favor the survivor side for both teams.
I would agree. I think they both do lean survivor for sure. Yeah, definitely the performances of both these teams, the killer hasn't been able to really take control from the survivors in any of the matches. It's really been more the killer taking advantage of the survivors' mistakes that they're making. But interesting about that match, there weren't that many mistakes by the survivors, and that's why we saw Twins not do as well. So now it'll be interesting to see, can 6 go with the perfect game here? If they can,
they're going to need to.
Yeah, they're going to need to. If they can, then they get the win. Otherwise, ooh, that's going to be an issue.
And I mean, we have seen some pretty good games from a higher, like with a higher point difference. We've seen some pretty intense games that have at least come close. So I think it's possible, especially knowing the caliber of Six, but it does seem like today's been a little difficult for them. So they will need a perfect game on the Survivor side to kind of cinch this.
For sure. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna win this game right now, because really, I mean, it's what, a 8-point game. We could also see a 3 it is 8. It's 8.
I'm like, math?
Yeah, it's 8. It's 8-point game. Well, this is interesting. Everybody has joined my lobby. I've got 5 people in my lobby, but there's no killer here.
Did Wash come in to add everyone to you and then
dip, but there's no killer here in this lobby. Oh no.
Guys,
what are we gonna do without a killer?
I have questions. We don't have a killer. I'm trying to figure out what's going on that so far. Those are some yellow pants, Naya.
Yeah. Yep, those are. Mm-hmm. Yikes, those are bright.
Some very bright pants. Don't
You know
like
what
them.
though? If I was running at night, that's what I'm wearing. But only if I'm running at night. I'm not wearing that any other time.
Would you? I don't even know if I'd wear those then.
Really?
Visibility, but you know.
I mean, yeah, that's all I was thinking. I'm like, the people that
I get
wear
hit by a car, I get hit by a car.
Yeah? The fashion's too important? I understand.
Yeah, the fashion is more important than my safety.
I understand. See, my line of thinking was like, I don't know. Here in the Midwest, we'll see people wearing like all the same color like sweatsuit with the same color shoes, and it's all like neon pink or like neon coral, and it's like, wow.
That's so specific.
You went
neon coral.
all the way.
They
Good
were really
job.
committed. They were really committed.
100%. You see it every once in a while, and you're just like, oh, geez. Well, good for you. Yeah. Oh wait, it's Humble. We see you'll humble yourself. Gonna be our last killer.
Will be killing for Wrecking Crew and going into their last game. I'm sure Wrecking Crew here is looking to confirm or keep their point lead and maybe confirm a win here.
Oh,
which would be nice for them. I think they've got a pretty evenly split record. I could be wrong. I'm gonna actually check my facts there because I could be wrong. Let me see. Yeah, so I mean they're 4-3 right now. A win here would be really nice for them. They have been kind of on the uptrend the past few weeks, so Wrecking Crew probably really wants to get this win. It would only be the second loss for Six, so I don't know if that would be too tragic for them, but no one wants to lose, so.
I think it would start to cause concern, especially on that side of the league where it's, I mean, I would say the conference as a whole, I need to check and make sure on my facts there, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm like looking at stats and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're not like in the danger zone, but if they continue on the path of losses, they would be, right? So definitely they don't want to lose here, just for comfort's sake.
Yeah, I mean everyone likes to be comfortable.
Yeah, I don't like being stressed. So, I don't think they do either. I definitely wouldn't want to be.
An interesting position to be sitting in for sure. Again, I don't know if this loss would make Six uncomfortable. I think they can kind of afford that at this point in the season. We did see, I believe, Monarchy take their first loss last game.
Oh man, yeah, they were undefeated because they were the undefeated team to knock out 6. So I wasn't able to catch that game. Actually, I was out and about, so I didn't get to see how that one turned out. So Monarchy lost. That's crazy.
Monarchy lost that game. It was a really good game. Demise and Monarchy both came out swinging, but Demise came out ahead. If you guys missed it, sad. But if you want to catch it, we will be posting it to our YouTube. Shameless plug. I'm the social media manager. Please go follow our YouTube if you guys want to catch replays of all of our games. You can find them there.
Also, if you guys want to see some fire shorts made by yours truly, this person over here, yeah, you should definitely subscribe to the YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and say I've watched every short, like the juking shorts, like all of them, and well worth it, guys. Like, if you like TikTok, you gotta check out these shorts on YouTube. Okay, they're real nice.
Also, a lot of our shorts, not all of those are clips that I make, because that would be entirely too much time that I would have to spend out of my week combing through games to get clips. Those actually come from you guys. So whatever you guys are clipping, if you see something really cool, you see something really fun that you want to kind of immortalize in a short, feel free to clip it. Help me do my job. Get yourself some entertainment. You might see your clips used in our YouTube shorts.
Oh, for sure. I think, and I mean, really, that's awesome for anybody, like seeing the clip that they made and they're like, that's mine, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
So
certain sense of joy.
Oh yeah, it does. As well, guys, if you want to help us with the algorithm, help us with some of the discovery as you are navigating the YouTube, and if you do subscribe to the YouTube, make sure to like and comment on some of the videos there. That really does. Any of you content creators out there, you already know, but for those of you that may not be content creators, may not know how the YouTube algorithm works, you want to get likes, comments, and you want those subs. So definitely all three of those things being the metrics you're looking for to help your discoverability, help us out. Give us some likes and comments.
And if you guys want to, it does look like everyone is ready. If you guys want to keep up with what's going on with Vigo's Court in general, you can also follow us on our other social media. We are Vigo's Court on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So that's where you can find out information on our games that are going on, especially as we continue further on in the season. We haven't really talked about the matchup here. So, Fader, who do you think Wrecking Crew is going to be bringing out? I have a feeling I might have an idea of what's going to be coming, but I don't know. Who do you want to see?
Wrecking Crew trying to confirm this. I think they either go S tier, bring the Blight. I still think that could struggle, but we've seen Billy do pretty well, so I think Blight can do well here. If we don't see Blight,
Blight Collision's kind of iffy though.
It do be iffy. Do they have an Oni? Oni or Torment? Not bad.
I think that actually might be one that they've used up. Let me double check my facts here real quick.
Okay.
No, they do still have a single use of Oni available, so Oni-chan could be a good pick here.
This might be a pick for the Oni fans, but definitely, I think that would be a strong pick. I also see Cuppa Jojo asking me a question. My favorite type of cheese? I'll go ahead and answer that real quick. That's gonna be a really spicy pepper jack, my dude. Like Carolina Reaper pepper jack. Delish. I want it to burn me. But you know what don't want burn? These bones. I don't want any lit totems.
Oh, I was gonna say, we'd hate to see the wrong offering burned, because that would result in a penalty.
Hey, you know what?
That's also fair.
Penalties. I'm gonna use your line. Let's talk about it. So
let's talk about it. Oh no.
Guys, definitely any match with a penalty could be played out, could be restarted, or possibly both. Definitely, guys, we don't want to see two of the same survivor, as we talked about before. Basically a review of our other video there, like not wanting to see anything that's banned. That would be -5 points and a possible restart. If you bring us to the wrong map, naughty, shame. -5 points. If you are harassing the ref using somebody not on roster, that's -10 points, so definitely super no-no. Using an exhausted killer, again, -10 points. Delaying the game, also very naughty, don't do it. For more on these rules, !rules in the chat. But for sure, any of those penalties, if any were to occur, that changes the whole makeup of this game, wouldn't it, Shep?
Yeah, absolutely. That will either, if we get a penalty on Six's side, that would definitely confirm the win for Wrecking Crew. And if Wrecking Crew gets a big enough penalty, I mean, not even a big penalty, like even a small penalty, Six will have a much easier time. Both teams are aware of kind of like their win condition here. Unless they're like me and can't do math, which like, you know, no shame, no shame. But both teams are kind of aware of what they need to do to win here. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they play.
For sure. What would you do if we spawn in and this is a Ghostface or a Myers?
I don't know, cackle.
Well, let's go ahead and find out who we got.
And who do we got? Ooh, interesting.
All right.
Looks like we are going to hear the telltale crackling of a wraith.
Indeed, we do see the uncloak here as well. And is that double windstorm?
I think so.
So we're looking for straight movement speed. My lord, like
Wraith go fucking burr.
he want to zoom, dude, and take one to the face.
Oof. That will be a juicy stun, right? Concussing poor Humble right now.
100%. Unfortunate. Oh no, not the body burn. Not that, Nancy.
Not the body burn. Nancy really trying it. And again, really interesting. You kind of maybe heard it on that last generator. We don't have Ruin yet again. I don't think we've seen Ruin all game or all matchup, honestly.
I would agree. And you know, I see us zooming into obstacles here. Do you think that our Wraith might be a little too fast for his own good here?
Maybe a little too fast for his own good, or maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he's willing to eat a couple pallets in the early game to get those resources out of the way. Either way, going real fast.
Oh yeah, definitely zoom in. Nancy coming in here taking aggro. I expect to see no bots Rizu about to reset here, because this is the way we're used to seeing Six play. There's the reset. What I tell you, here it goes. They're gonna reset. Nancy's gonna reset next here soon. This is exactly how Six plays. This is the game they want to play, and I mean, this is dangerous. This is the kind of thing that could result in a no hook 4 out.
Absolutely, and I think that with play we saw just absolutely concussing our poor Wraith here, convincing Humble to maybe go see what's going on in other places in the map. And we will hear that bamboozle as he vaults the window.
Oh man, unfortunately, not getting as much use there. Oh, I think Bam's still up. Bam is still up. Unfortunately, gonna have to take a health state here.
Good use of pre-use of bamboozle kind of to force that health state from our survivor, giving them very few options. Maybe looking to cut them off before they can get too far. I believe that is a life value that we will be seeing though.
Yeah, I think it was as well. Arnia needs somebody else to come in for a body block. You know they're calling for it too. Here it is.
There it is. Yep, Six doing what Six does, coming in to protect their injured survivors. Humble just eating these pallets, but also eating through them.
For sure, but I think, oh, went ahead, bamboozled it, and now breaking the door. Oh man. I don't think there are any pallets left in this section, which is dangerous for Six. They're gonna have to take the body block, and then the question of whether or not our Nia can get away really comes into play.
An injured state we see? Or not injured. Is that a broken status we see as well?
It is. Forced penance coming back.
Humble making a really smart call to go ahead and take that perk to punish the body blocks, knowing that Six is going to body block for each other there.
Yeah, taking the vault out of play now. Oh, another body block!
Oh,
Oh man. But look, the broken status, of course, still being there. Really unfortunate, because that means that you are not going to get the you're not going to get the heal to be able to come back for another body block. This was really smart by Wrecking Crew to bring the Force Penance against this team that loves to take body blocks and reset.
absolutely. And we will see our first down a little late, but Humble trying to make sure that Nancy there can't get the flashlight save. We will see our first hook here on Lincoln.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
Force Penance was a really smart play here, punishing those body blocks, making it really hard for a team who is known for resetting really quickly to reset as quickly.
I mean, for sure. We saw Clay was actually still broken until just a few seconds ago. So that's definitely not what you want to see. Were they still broken from Force Penance, or is that a deli? I can't tell.
I'm not entirely sure.
No, they're
I
the
think
first hook. They can't be deli. I'm stupid.
I was gonna say, I don't know if, yeah, I don't know if that's what we saw there, but yeah, definitely going to be an unhook since that was our first hook of the game. And we will see Nancy coming in again to take that hit. I think Six might kind of realize it is maybe a little too late for a Humble's plan to really do too much for him here. If he had been able to put this pressure down earlier in the game, that would have been really great, but he just wasn't getting enough of those protection hits out.
Yeah, and definitely. Oh, unfortunately for Nancy, Nancy's going down right next to a hook and right next to this gen here. But honestly, with there only being one gen left, I'm sure in a few seconds here, one of these will pop. Unfortunately, these gens are pretty close to each other.
Yeah, Humble kind of set up with a little bit of a 3-gen here. Not an uncomfortable position to be sitting, not even a little bit of a 3-gen, like just a 3-gen. Not an uncomfortable position to be sitting in. Interesting to see him kind of wander away from this area, but we will see the reset again coming in on Lincoln.
Yeah, and I think that's what you expect to see, right? I think the reason that he's venturing a little ways is because he's seeing, are they resetting just outside of zone, or are they resetting further out where I'm not going to go? And I think the answer is they're probably resetting near Shack, which would be why he didn't find them right there. But here they come, and I think you're going to be able to get a pretty easy hit here.
Yeah, and maybe if, ooh, I was gonna say, maybe he can play it right, he can get a grab, but no, we did see another survivor come in to try and help with that unhook, so we will not see any grab attempts made here, but we will see him, Humble, maybe trying to get the tunnel out. Nancy able to get that body burn, actually really nicely timed.
Yeah, that was definitely perfect. I feel like Wraith needed to go ahead and just try to make her run out of flashlight there, because trying to uncloak takes away your movement speed there, and you're definitely gonna, oh no, this is DS, isn't it?
Feeling this might be decisive strike as our last gen there pops. That will be Nancy slapping him with the D, put her down. And Six has a chance here to get maybe a 4 out if they can get the heal in on Rizu there.
Yeah, and I think like this hook has to happen near a door. I don't think you get him to basement. Oh, well, yeah.
Basement is right there.
Basement is right there. They definitely could have gone to basement, but they didn't. So I think this could be a 4 out. I don't know that they take the risk though.
Yeah, Wrecking Crew would, not Wrecking Crew, Six would be sitting in a comfortable position if they did just leave Coolio here to die, especially since there's only like a progression left really on the table to lose.
That'd be 2 points. And let's see. Actually, no, they have to. They have to go for this. There's 2 points.
That makes it a little intense then. And this is not a bad position to be if you are Humble. You're kind of in the middle of 2 doors. I don't know if you take this chase and stray too far from your hook, knowing that if you can secure this, you might be able to secure a win for yourself. No
Yeah.
one quite around here.
And sorry, I redid my math. 2 point, or if they go for this, they get the win. If they don't go for it, I believe it's tied.
We will find out in just a moment. We might be seeing a sudden death game here. And actually, because there were still a lot of hook states left on the board, we will not see a tie. We will see
bonus
6
points.
pull ahead because of the bonus points.
I forgot to calculate the bonus points,
Yeah,
guys.
the
Imagine.
bonus points.
Guys, I thought I was good at math, but I just forgot how to count.
I can't count either, so I wasn't even gonna try. But yeah, exciting stuff.
That's crazy. Definitely very good play from both sides. And hey, congratulations to 6. We will see 6 convicted of murder today.
Absolutely. That was a very close game. Wrecking Crew doing a really good job. Unfortunately, they just couldn't pull ahead there. I think if they had been able to get a couple more hook states down, at least they would have had to deny all of those bonus points for the escape. Because without the bonus points, it was a tied game. So that would have been like interesting to see the Wrecking Crew get another tied game into a sudden death round.
They are the only team to have done that. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, and I mean, this definitely was a super close game, but yeah, like we said, we will see 6 convicted of murder. Wrecking Crew unfortunately wasn't able to pull that out, but this doesn't knock Wrecking Crew out of playoff contention, if I'm correct. They are still in contention.
I think right now this would put them at 4-4. So they're not out of the running per se, but they're gonna need to win their next couple of games. And we don't have a lot of games left. We are already 3/4 of the way through our season. So if they want to make a run for postseason, they're gonna have to win their next couple games.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll see what they can do here in coming weeks.
It does look like we have a text joining us in the interrogation room. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you? I'm Clay, by the way.
Oh, hi, Clay.
What's up, what's up?
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thanks for asking.
Nice rounds today for sure. Saw you on the Survivor side of things and doing quite well today.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely walk us through kind of like how you guys were feeling kind of after the first Survivor match. You guys ended up coming out with that 4-point lead, right? But I think you guys did end up having just like one person go down to the NOED, and unfortunately, or not NOED, to the chainsaw at the end, and unfortunately ended up getting put on hook for the 2K, making it a little closer than you guys probably wanted, right?
Yeah, it was really we never knew the killer's 4th brick or the Billy's 4th brick, unfortunately, because he was like face camping. We were pretty confused about it, but you know, it just means gens get them quickly. So I mean, any lead that's a lead is still like you're winning. So like even if we come out with like a 4.5 point lead, like I mean that made the difference in the end because we won by 3. So if that was like a tie game or something, we would have lost.
That's true. Definitely it was stressful for me. I thought you guys really had it when you guys made those gens fly. You guys countered Deadlock to perfection. Did you have like 4 gens? Did you have 4 gens like just primed and ready? Because it seemed like one after the other just popped every time Deadlock dropped.
Oh, well, to counter Deadlock, you just kind of leave a Gen 99, and we had main 80 when Coolio went down, so we like left it because like obviously the chase was there. So I was on main while Coolio was getting camped. And you kind of just leave that Gen 99 and pop the other ones. You had 3 people on 3 other gens, those just popped, and I waited 20 seconds and popped them in. Just kind of go exit gates, I guess.
Yeah, that was super fast. That was one of the best Gen Rush counters to Deadlock that I've seen. So definitely good coordination by you guys. And it was, like I said, it was just really unlucky that you guys had somebody go down to the chainsaw there. But I also do think it was smart to go ahead and take the 2 out there. Like you said, you got the 4-point lead, and looking at the end, hindsight's 2020, right? You see that 4-point lead was essential. Without that 4-point lead in that first match, you've lost this match.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, very close gameplay. It was very exciting to see.
The Wraith game was probably the most fun we had in a while. So, in terms of just, I don't know, it felt like a comp game, but it felt like one of those just fun pubs where you get to actually run and just communicate and like everything's going well. So it was just fun, at least.
Oh yeah, like I would say the resets you guys were doing, like everything perfect. We love to see it. We love to see it. You guys got a bunch of stuns. You were getting the resets. The body blocks were there, and on the other end, I mean, like Wraith was doing his thing too. I mean, Yo Humber yourself on Wraith was definitely trying to keep the pressure up and getting the force penance value. It was just an exciting match all the way around. It looked like it was fun for both sides.
Yeah, he definitely caught us off guard with the True Talent tech. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that anybody is going to be thrown off by that happening in comp, honestly. Definitely, you guys are looking ahead to postseason, right?
I'd hope so.
Well, you're definitely in really good position to get there. So definitely, how are you guys feeling, and how are you guys trying to prepare for that?
Well, we actually need to prepare. We haven't been practicing or anything. There have been so many tournaments coming up in January, like World Cup. I have DB Saturday. They have DB Sunday. It's just been really split up, and there's just so much to practice for that we're all over the place.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that it's like it kind of sounds like it's getting a little stressful there. I've felt that too. I mean, team that I coach for, we overslept. We're in 2 different leagues, and we've got like a game on Saturday and then another game on Sunday. So like it's like you got to prepare for both. It sounds like you guys are in even more. So
yeah, especially when you know the killer. It's like one league is like one of our tournaments are probably gonna be Plague. The other one is Wraith, another one's Pyramid Head. They're 2 plagues, so having to practice all 3 of those killers for 1 week is like terrible.
Yeah, definitely understandable. Well, I mean, congratulations to you guys. Do you have anything you want to say to the viewers, the fans of Six, your opponents, or the fans of Egos?
I want to give a big shout out to Lincoln for being a cutie, and a big shout out to Big Body Herm for being the best coach. Like, he was in there coaching us during the Wraith game, and he definitely did a great job. We don't win without him.
Yo, love the shout outs. Definitely to the team members there. All right. So, hey, guys, as we already said, we do have Six being convicted of murder. Thank you for coming out, Clay, and doing this interview for sure. And we're gonna go ahead and be oh shoot, Vigo's court spilled the beans. Hey guys, guess what? We're gonna raid, but hey, you wanna know who we're raiding? Yeah. The person booping herself on the nose. That's right.
You weren't already sick of me. Come hang out with us as we go ahead and do some swiffing with our Vigo's Court fam. And just have a lot of fun.
Yep. All right. So we will catch you guys there if you stick around. But hey, until next time at the court, which I think we got games tomorrow, right?
We have 1 game tomorrow. I do believe it's at 9.
I think so.
I think so. I think it's at 9 p.m. EST. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Same time, same place, just tomorrow, to catch our next game of Week 8.
Oh,
And if you want to make sure you
yeah.
catch those games, follow our social media. We post on our Facebook and Instagram an hour before our games.
All right, guys. Until next time, Sports adjourned.
Stay safe. We love you. Mwah. Bye. Have fun.